Did you ever feel that this relationship between Potter and Chelsea was going to work?
No. That's not being clever after the event. I just looked at the man they had in charge, Thomas Tuchel, one of the top managers in European football. You don't sack Thomas Tuchel and go to Graham Potter. And again, I'm trying to not be too disrespectful, but, you know, the track record of both managers, of course, there must have been problems behind the scenes with the new owner and Thomas Tuchel. I get that. But he should have just stuck with Thomas Tuchel. Now, the reason I don't think it was ever a good fit is because I think Chelsea, alongside Real Madrid, I would say, are probably the most ruthless, or two of the most ruthless clubs in how they deal with managers. Now, it's OK Todd Boehly coming in and saying, we're going to do it different to Roman Abramovich. I don't care what he says. Those supporters, for the last 20 years, have been brought up on a culture of winning trophies and changing managers and getting Champions League winning managers coming in every 2 or 3 years. So they're saying to Graham Potter at the weekend, you don't know what you're doing. Chanting things like that. That's one of the reasons why he's gone. So it doesn't matter what the owner says. That's what they've been brought up on at that club. But, so the appointment was wrong straight away. Now, I'm not saying Graham Potter couldn't work for a big club. It's just not the right fit. It was too ruthless at that club. And the reason I actually think it was the right thing to do is because we'll say that Graham Potter hasn't been given time. I get that. But when you haven't got a massive CV behind you or big trophies, you've got to hit the ground running. We had Rafa Benitez at Liverpool. We won the Champions League at the end of the season, but for a lot of that season, it was very up and down. But in the back of your mind as a player and as a supporter, you're thinking, this is the guy who's won 2 La Ligas with Valencia. He knows what he's doing. Graham Potter doesn't have that, unfortunately, so he had to be right off it, out the traps. And the reason I think it was the right decision is because what is the worst thing that can ever happen to a club is they're not sure about a manager. They think, let's get to the end of the season, we'll give him the pre-season. You start the first 5 games of the season, he loses 2, wins 1, draws 2, and you sack him. And then you've got a manager who's bought players through the summer and you're chasing your tail yet again. Now, I agree with everything he said about Todd Boehly. I've been very critical of Todd Boehly, but I think this is the first decision he's got right.